Now, some of the things that made NIO really to do well in May, when you look into the deliveries, is of course the incentives, the subsidies that they were offering or to those that buy their cars. I mean, NIO went an extra mile, and of course not only reduce their battery rental price but also offer some free coupons to those that buy the NIO car for the very first time. These are some of the things that really of course pushed NIO to get orders, which resulted in NIO generating some good sales in May. This is for this reason that I believe that yesterday we just received good news of saying that NIO is extending yet again those incentives, subsidies that they were offering to those people that buy the NIO cars. Even now in June, ladies and gents, we are going to get to see probably the same results, if not much better, when it comes to sales than those that we saw in May, which is good news, ladies and gents, because this, ladies and gents, is going to continue encouraging people, consumers, those that want to buy the NIO cars, to come and do so, because there are so many benefits, discounts, subsidies that they'll be getting. I mean, as it stands right now, NIO is offering discounts of up to $4,000 on those that are buying the NIO cars, which is something that of course it is pretty exciting, pretty amazing, because imagine $4,000 being cut off your vehicle. It is something that is pretty good, pretty exciting. I mean, one of the things that we saw for the month of May is of course some of the users that were using other brands going into NIO, swapping or upgrading to a NIO car and sell that old car. We saw this from Hondas, Volvos, and the other models are being swapped by their users for NIO, which is something that is pretty exciting, because those that does that, ladies and gents, upgrading or swapping their old cars for NIO, they get like a 10,000 RMB subsidies, and there is also an 18,000 RMB or almost $2,500 of course incentive that NIO will give to those, or has been giving to those that buy the NIO car. So they get $2,500 off, which is something that is pretty exciting. And if you are a first-time buyer, which is something that is pretty exciting, and like I said, those that are swapping their old cars for NIO cars, they get an additional of course 10,000 RMB, which is something that, ladies and gents, this almost $4,000 that NIO is offering, it's one of the things that NIO is getting customers by. I mean, another thing, which is of course battery rentals, where we saw, I think, February, March, NIO coming and reduce their battery rentals for both standard and long distance batteries. That is another thing that is playing a huge role into even those that buy the NIO cars to subscribe into battery as a service or bus, which entails them going to swap their batteries rather than going the normal route of course charging their batteries. I mean, you will know that for a long distance battery range, they cut from around 1,600 RMB to of course just over 1,100 or 1,128 RMB. That's for the long distance, whereas the short distance, it was coming from 980 and now it's around 720 RMB, which is something that shows you that with NIO adjusting these prices, it is resulting into NIO getting those that buy, or almost all that buy the NIO cars, to subscribe to bus, because it is now much cheaper, or I would say much affordable, which is something that is pretty exciting. So all this, ladies and gents, that NIO is doing, I mean, for first time buyers who subscribe to bus, NIO is also giving free coupons. It's also giving them for every 4 battery swaps they pay, the 5th one will be for free. This is something that NIO is also doing on the battery swapping station side for those that are subscribed to bus, which is something that is pretty exciting. I mean, customers are given 40 vouchers, which last month were 60, that of course are valid for 5 years. So for the next 5 years, you can use that swapping coupon anytime, and you swap probably your car for free, or you swap the battery in your car for free, which is something that is pretty exciting. So all these of course initiatives by NIO, subsidies by NIO, is the one that is making NIO to scoop, or that made NIO to scoop the over 20,000 deliveries that we saw yesterday coming from NIO, or the good deliveries that we saw yesterday coming from NIO, which is something that is pretty good, pretty amazing. So I'm very excited to know that NIO is taking these of course discounts or initiatives onto June, which will result also in June being a good month for NIO in terms of delivery. I mean, many of you will know that from the order books that we're seeing each and every week for the month of May, NIO was really doing well, or was really scooping some good orders, which is why we saw even the Navy insurance registrations producing some good numbers. And I hope to see, or in fact I think we are going to continue seeing that momentum, because all the incentives, subsidies and the government support that NIO has been receiving, it has been carried over to the month of June, which therefore that will mean that NIO will also do well in terms of delivery. Who knows, they might even surpass the kind of deliveries we saw on May, because May, you will know that there was a point in time where there was a holiday that lasted 3-4 days in China, where this month it looks like there's not much happening when you look into holidays, and therefore those 3 days that probably NIO lost deliveries because of the holiday, we might see NIO regaining even more deliveries this month, which is why personally I think NIO in terms of deliveries might do even much better than what they did and that is producing record-breaking deliveries in May. Otherwise, so that guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the likes button, comment and subscribe, and once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. Before you buy NIO for the very first time, please make sure that you do your own DD so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing into this stock, because this stock can be quite volatile, and therefore it requires you to have done some due diligence to be comfortable, or to not panic sell, or when you see share fall sometimes depending on the stock. Otherwise, God bless you all.